explore the fascinating world of the massive, very powerful ships known as marine giants. These ships, which range in size from enormous floating factories to enormous cargo ships, have altered the norms of the maritime business and cemented their reputation as global technological wonders. Together, let's investigate these incredible vessels and how they have influenced maritime engineering. Upon its debut in 2019, the MSC Gülsün, a wonder of contemporary marine engineering, became the biggest container ship in the world. This enormous ship, which was constructed in South Korea by Samsung Heavy Industries, is around 112 feet long and 202 feet wide. Its draft is more than 54 feet and its depth is around 109 feet. With a 23,756 20-foot equivalent unit capacity, it resembles a floating metropolis devoted to international commerce. MacGregor's cargo system for the ship is an impressive design that prioritizes adaptability and efficiency. Standard, high cube, and chilled containers are among the many kinds of containers it may hold. Because of its adaptability, the MSC Gülsün can carry a variety of cargo throughout the world, from specialist cargo to regular consumer items. In conclusion, MSC Gülsün is a symbol of not just maritime strength but also of technical improvement and sustainable shipping growth. It demonstrates how industry pioneers like MSC are reshaping international commerce to meet the needs of the environment and the demands of the economy. Known as the Fantastic Four, the TI-class supertankers are among of the biggest and most spectacular ships in the maritime industry. These very large crude carriers, which are part of the TI Africa, TI Asia, TI Europe, and TI Oceania, were constructed for the Hellespont Group in 2002 and 2003 by Daewoo Shipbuilding and Marine Engineering in South Korea. Later, Overseas Shipholding Group and Euronav NV purchased them. The length of each of these supertankers is an impressive 1,247 feet, and their width is around 223 feet. Their impressive gross tonnage is around 234,000 tons, while their impressive deadweight tonnage is close to 440,000 tons. These ships move goods more efficiently because of their high service speed of around 16.5 knots, which is pretty impressive for a vessel of their size. Their dual-hulled design, which greatly improves their safety, particularly in reducing oil leaks and environmental risks, is one of their distinguishing characteristics. They also painted the upper portion of its hull white to reflect sunlight and reduce hydrocarbon emissions. To reduce issues from gas leaks, they are outfitted with inert gas systems and ballast tanks. An incredible technical achievement and a representation of cutting-edge nautical capabilities is the Blue Whale 1. With an operational depth of up to 12,000 feet and a drilling depth of up to 50,000 feet, it stands out as a 7th-generation ultra-deepwater drilling unit of the Frigstad D90 design. Because of this, it can drill in almost every body of water on the planet. Standing at a towering 387 feet, or about a 37-story structure, the Blue Whale 1 is a formidable presence in the offshore drilling industry. Building the Blue Whale 1 came at a cost of over $700 million, which is a substantial investment in the offshore drilling sector. It has been engaged in projects similar to the one in the South China Sea with CNOOC China, operated by CPOE and Blue Whale. The contract was scheduled to begin in the fourth quarter of 2022 and was anticipated to run for around 2.5 years. The Blue Whale 1 is an essential tool for exploring and using deep-sea resources, as well as a monument to the technical skill of humans. It's a shining illustration of how innovation and technology can expand the bounds of what the offshore sector can do. And very competent offshore service boat. The Scandy Africa is well known for its effectiveness and adaptability in deepwater operations. It was constructed in 2015 and can operate down to a depth of around 13,123 feet. It is designed to withstand the rigors of subsea construction, equipment installation, inspection, repair and maintenance, as well as remotely operated vehicle services. The ship satisfies IC-1B and winterized basic conditions and is well prepared to withstand challenging weather conditions. Its dependability and functionality in demanding and chilly conditions are guaranteed by these requirements. As far as measurements go, Scandy Africa is around 528 feet long overall and 105 feet wide overall. It can hold up to 140 people and has a significant deadweight tonnage of around 12,655 tons, making it suitable for both crew and experts for offshore activities. In keeping with its contractual obligations, DOF Subsea extended the Scandy Africa's contract as of May 2022 until February 2024, taking into account the vessel's ongoing significance and demand in the offshore industry. With the goal of demonstrating the most recent advancements in marine engineering and technology for safe and effective deepwater operations, the Scandy Africa is a major investment in offshore capabilities. Eight enormous container ships, each holding around 14,170 20-foot equivalent units, make up the Maersk E-Class class. Up until 2012, these vessels were the biggest cargo ships ever built. Every vessel in the series is 184 feet broad and more than 306 feet long. The MegaMach was the first ship of its class, built by the Danish AP Møller Maersk Group. These were some of the oldest ships in service at the time and were well known for their size. The much bigger Triple E-Class replaced the E-Class. The extraordinary vessel noted for its size and capabilities is the Castone, which is managed by Saipem, a part of the Italian energy corporation Eni. It is one of the biggest pipe-laying boats in the world, measuring around 951 feet overall and 128 feet in the mold width. Its naval Progeti-completed design guarantees peak performance in ice-class circumstances. The ship, which was built at Keppel Shipyard, was first tasked with developing the Jack and St. Malo fields in the U.S. Gulf of Mexico. The Castone is notable for its remarkable 14 knots transit speed and 180-ton bollard pull, which highlight its strength and agility. In addition, it has a large clear deck area of around 46,284 square feet, which may accommodate different operating requirements. With features including a mess area, offices, conference rooms, and recreational spaces, the ship can hold up to 702 people in total. It has a large cargo deck and a knuckle-boom crane that can lift substantial weights. The Castone showcases the most recent developments in marine engineering and technology for effective and safe operations in difficult settings, marking a substantial investment and improvement in the area of offshore pipelaying and construction. The Brazilian mining giant Vale mostly uses bulk carriers of the MegaMach class, which includes some of the biggest vessels in the world to carry iron ore. These enormous warships, which had a dead weight capacity of between 380,000 and 400,000 tons, are distinguished by their length of between 1,181 and 188 feet and their width of 213 feet. They have a depth of 98 feet and a draft that varies from 72 to 75 feet. They can travel at a speed of 15 knots thanks to low-speed diesel engines. Deliveries of Vale Brazil, the first MegaMach, began in 2011. The fleet increased to 68 ships by 2020. Several shipbuilders, notably Jiangsu Rongsheng Heavy Industries in China, and Daewoo Shipbuilding and Marine Engineering in South Korea, built these boats. Delivered in 2016, the Pioneering Spirit is among the biggest construction boats in the world. The ship, known for its enormous size and capabilities, was built by the South Korean shipyard Daewoo Shipbuilding and Marine Engineering Co. Ltd. for the Swiss offshore pipelaying contractor Allseas Group. The Pioneering Spirit is intended for single-lift installation and decommissioning of major offshore oil and gas platforms, as well as subsea pipeline projects. Its entire length is about 1,565 feet, and its width is 407 feet. It has a distinctive catamaran hull shape and uses cutting-edge motion compensation and dynamic positioning technologies. The vessel has a 25,000-ton jacket lift capability and can raise topsides up to 48,000 tons in weight. With 8-man 20-VI 3244 generator sets and a 9-liter 3244 engine, the Pioneering Spirit has a total installed power of 95,000 kWh. This provides dynamic positioning and propulsion, enabling the vessel to reach a maximum speed of 14 knots via the driving of 13 azimuth thrusters. Pioneering Spirit's building contract was worth around $454.5 million. Its arrival in Rotterdam in January 2015 signified the completion of its commissioning and assembly. In February 2015, the ship changed its name from Peter Schelte to Pioneering Spirit. In April 2017, the Pioneering Spirit removed the topsides of Shell UK's 24,000-ton Brent Delta platform from the North Sea. Setting records in the industry, it accomplished a significant milestone in 2022 by raising a total of 330,000 tons of platform weight. Among the container ships in the CMA-CGM fleet of note is the CMA-CGM Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, named after the well-known French novelist and pilot. This ship, which was launched in 2017 and has been in service since 2018, is enormous, with dimensions of around 1,312 feet in length and 193 feet in breadth. It has a 20,154 TEU, 20-foot equivalent units, capacity. The boat has a single engine that can propel it to a maximum speed of 25 mph. Although the precise cost of the ship is not specified in the information that is currently accessible, it symbolizes a considerable investment in the shipping sector and a contemporary success in marine engineering. 1201, often referred to as Teamas 1201, is a heavy lift and pipelay vessel with several uses. Ulstein designed it and Keppel Singh Marine built it first for global industries. With cutting-edge pipelay technologies that can manage up to 1.5 meters of concrete-coated pipes and function at water depths of up to 3,000 meters, this DP2 vessel can work in both deep and shallow water. It has a transit speed of up to 15 knots, a lifting capability of 1,200 tons, and room for 264 people. The vessel has a maximum draft of 6.3 meters and is 162.3 meters in length and 37.8 meters in beam. It is operated under the Indonesian flag and owned by PT Teamas Samudera Indonesia as of 2020. The Saipem 7000 is a remarkable example of contemporary engineering and one of the biggest semi-submersible crane boats in the world. Initially known as Mikko Peri 7000, it was built between 1985 and 1987 at an estimated cost of $400 million by Italian shipbuilders Fincantieri. When Gusto Engineering finished designing the ship, it marked a major advancement in the capabilities of crane ships at the time. With dimensions of 61 feet, long by 23 feet wide, the Siem 7000 is a massive floating structure. It can travel at 9.5 knots because to its 8 12-cylinder diesel engines, each of which has 8,400 horsepower. The ship has a dynamic positioning system that guarantees accuracy in its operations and an excellent mooring system with 16 anchor lines. In conclusion, the Siem 7000 is a major participant in the offshore construction sector, a floating behemoth and a monument to human creativity. Due to its capabilities, it is now an essential component of several important offshore projects and has made a substantial contribution to the growth of the offshore oil and gas infrastructure worldwide. Started operating in 1998. Allseas owned and operated Solitor, one of the biggest pipe-laying boats in the world, has been establishing new benchmarks for the pipe-lay industry. Originally constructed by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries in Japan in 1972 under the name Trentwood, the ship was subsequently purchased and repurposed by Allseas in 1992 for use as a pipe-laying vessel. With this alteration, the vessel's capacity was changed from transporting cargo to specialist pipe-laying, signifying a substantial development. With an overall length of 1 to 302 feet and a width of 135 feet, the Solitor is a spectacular working vessel. It has a dynamic positioning system that enables accurate handling in a range of water conditions. This system is crucial to guaranteeing the efficiency and safety of the ship, particularly in crowded regions. With a yearly pipe-laying capability of around 22,000 tons, the vessel can lay pipes up to 621 kilometers in total. This corresponds to a pipe-laying pace exceeding 5.6 miles per day. The Solitor continues to be competitive for pipe-lay projects worldwide because to its fast cruise speed, large carrying capacity, and cutting-edge technological capabilities, greatly aiding in the development and maintenance of undersea pipeline infrastructure. The biggest ship ever constructed, the Seawise Giant, also known as Knock Nevis, has a unique position in nautical history. Built by Sumitomo Heavy Industries in Japan between 1974 and 1979, this colossal crude carrier broke records for both size and carrying capacity. It was a technical wonder. With its amazing dimensions of 1,503 feet long by 225.7 feet wide, the Seawise Giant could move 657,001 to 19 tons and had a draft of 80.74 feet when completely laden. Its size allowed it to hold as much as 4.1 million barrels of crude oil. Nevertheless, it was difficult to operate due to its enormous size. It took the ship 2 miles to turn around and more than 5 miles to halt. Due to its enormous draft, it was also unable to pass via the Suez Canal, the Panama Canal, or the English Channel, which sometimes required taking a longer route around the southernmost point of Africa. The ship was sold for scrap in 2010 after it was determined that it would be too costly and impossible to operate. Due of environmental concerns, the deconstruction operation, which was finished in Along, India, was contentious. The 36-ton anchor from the Seawise Giant was saved and given to the Hong Kong Maritime Museum as a permanent reminder of the enormous ship's significance in maritime history. Welcome to the video for today, in which we examine Prelude FLNG, a feat of engineering. Situated 120 miles offshore from Australia, this floating platform for liquefied natural gas is a trailblazer in the energy sector. Prelude, at an astounding 1,600 feet in length and 243 feet in breadth, is the biggest offshore complex globally. Prelude draws from the 3 trillion cubic feet of natural gas reserves found in the Prelude and Concerto fields. With an annual output capacity of 5.3 million tons of liquid and condensate, it is a spectacular machine. This comprises 400,000 tons of liquefied petroleum gas, 1.3 million tons of condensate, and 3.6 million tons of LNG. To do this, natural gas is cooled to a freezing 260 degree F. At a cost of around $5 billion, this massive project was built. Prelude is anchored for an anticipated 25 years and is designed to resist Category 5 storms, indicating a long-term commitment to sustainable energy production. Even with difficulties like gas leaks and electrical problems that cause brief shutdowns, Prelude FLNG is an example of how human ingenuity can be used to effectively and sustainably harvest natural resources. I appreciate you seeing. Please press the like button and subscribe to our channel if you thought this video was instructive. Watch this space for more fascinating stuff.